Tomorrow on Live, the sensational sounds of Basia.
Yeah, it's a nice little band you got there. Just terrific.
Just the
Basia,
part of it.
tell us about yourself. Now, you're from Poland?
Yes.
What part of Poland?
South of Poland.
South of
It's
Poland.
actually my town where I come from is very unknown because it's a tiny industrial place. It was voted many times the ugliest town in Poland.
The ugliest town in Poland, yes.
It's very polluted, but it's so lovely that I have to go at least 3 times a year to visit it because it's just, you know, my family lives there, was brought up there, my friends live there. I miss
Sure.
it so much.
You'll be there for Christmas, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And did you start singing there?
Yes, well, I used to sing always, you know, since I was a little girl, and I had to perform at school assemblies, and every opportunity they had at school, they had to be pushed out, and I hated it really. I was always very shy, and I didn't want to do it, but I ended up doing it professionally.
And that's amazing.
Yeah.
You got over the fears. And is it true you still talk to your mother every single day?
I do try to call her as much as possible. When I'm ill, I avoid talking to her because I don't want to worry her.
Yeah.
She gets so worried about me.
But she'd know if you don't call. Oh.
Exactly, and then she knows she's suspicious, and then she checks if I'm okay. But I do call her often because she's the biggest fan I have. You know, she just cuts out everything about me from papers and tapes, the TV shows, and you know, every time when I'm on the radio, she makes a note. So very often when when I call her, she tells me exactly the hours and who played it, and it's really not
what
that
they
interesting.
said afterwards.
Yes, but it's so important to her that you know.
When did you first come to this country?
Oh my gosh, very first time I came actually in 1980, would you believe it? It was a long time ago, with a Polish group, and I performed in a Polish community club in Chicago. But that was only for a few months, for 6 months.
You couldn't
6
speak any
months?
English
Yes.
at all, could you
No,
then?
no.
But that's kind of a long gig, isn't it? 6 months?
Especially when you can't
Yes.
speak English.
Yes, that's right. But I had a... Later on, I met in London, in Poland actually, I met an English boy who I fell for, and that mobilized me to learn English as quickly as possible, and I really very intensively worked on it, and now
He speaks far better than we do.
Well,
Yeah, right.
let's not exaggerate, but I'm working on it.
What does Basia mean?
Basia is, there are many Basias in Poland, because Basia is just an affectionate form of name Barbara. So every Barbara is called Basia in Poland. But Basia is so sweet that everybody just called me here in England and in America. Basia.
I remember the first time I was introduced to your music, I could not believe that you were Polish. The influences were, you don't hear anything of that. You hear a lot of Caribbean, you hear a lot of...
That's what people think, that maybe I'm Brazilian
Yes.
or something. But people like Brazilian music in Poland, which is, you know, I work with Danny, who's English, and he also loves it. So it means that it is an international style.
I've got every one of her albums.
Here's the
my
new
gosh,
album, Basia on Broadway.
I don't have that one yet.
Thanks, Basia. Thanks.
Pleasure.
We'll be right back with details on our Maui Mania contest.